We present Jimmy Clitheroe as the Clitheroe Kid with Peter Sinclair, Patricia Burke, Danny Ross, Derek Eiler, and Diana Day in...
Accidents will happen.
What's the time, Susan?
25 to 2, Mother.
25 to 2, and your grandfather and Jimmy not in for their lunch yet.
Well, they didn't have breakfast till 10 o'clock. Maybe they're not hungry yet.
Oh, Jimmy's always hungry. The boy with the bottomless stomach. I bet he's the only lad in this town who takes sandwiches to the pictures.
Where did they go?
To the barber's for their annual haircut.
But they can't have been there all this time.
Oh, you never know. The barber might still be sweeping up from the last time they went. Anyway, I can't wait for them. I've got to be at the hairdresser's myself at 2 o'clock.
Oh, yes. And this time, why didn't you have a different hairstyle?
Never again. The last time the man taught me at having a pony's tail. And when I walked in here, Jimmy started singing. The old grey mare, she ain't what she used to be.
Oh, you don't want to take any notice of him. Have a look in these magazines. There should be plenty of styles to pick from.
Oh, good gracious, the magazines are for Alfie Hall.
Alfie? What does he want with women's magazines?
They're not for him. He's meeting his mother at the hospital with him. You know, she's in the WVS, and she distributes them round the wards. Could you take them to his house for me, love? I said I'd let him have them by 2 o'clock.
Oh, Mother, I'm in my old jeans. I'm not dressed to go out.
Oh, well, slip round on Jimmy's bike. Nobody'll notice.
I hope they don't on that dirty old wreck he's bought. Oh, all right. Is this all there are?
Yes. Thank you, love.
I suppose Jimmy's bike will be round the back. Won't be long, Mother.
Oh, what's keeping those two? Oh, they'll have to get their own dinner.
All right, Jimmy, don't keep on about the barber.
Well, it's the last time I go to him. He's not a barber. He's a sheep shearer.
Now, what's the matter?
Oh, he's annoyed just because the man cut his hair a wee bit short.
A bit short? I asked for a Tony Curtis, and he gave me a David Nixon.
Now, look, Jimmy, it's not as bad as all that.
Go on, take your cap off, Jimmy, and show me.
Why, do you want to laugh?
Come on, Jim, do as your mother says.
Oh, never mind. I've got no time to waste. I've got to go to the hairdresser's myself.
Well, if you take my advice, as soon as you go in, hide his clippers.
Pat, wait a minute. We haven't had our lunch yet.
Well, you're late. You'll have to see to it yourself. I'm off out, and Susan's gone to Alfie Hall's on Jimmy's bicycle.
You what? That's nice. No hair, no lunch, no bike.
You'll get your lunch.
But I thought you said it wasn't ready.
It's in the kitchen. It just needs warming up. Surely you can do that.
Look, I'm not complaining. It won't be the first time I've had to cook a meal. Why, when I was in the Merchant Navy, I once cooked for the whole ship's company.
I'll bet that's what caused the mutiny on the Bounty.
You don't have to eat my cooking if you don't want it.
Oh, I've got no time to listen to you two arguing. I'll be back in an hour.
I was only kidding, Grandad. I don't mind your cooking. After all, it once got me a day off school.
Oh, you're a storyteller. Come on, let's go into the kitchen and see what there is. Now then, what have we here? Oh, gosh.
Oh, tell me the worst, Grandad. What is it?
Jimmy, it is the worst. Cottage pie.
Again? We had cottage pie yesterday and we left half of it.
This is the half we left.
Oh, heck. All right, but I'm warning you. That sauce bottle's going to get a bit of a bashing.
That'll do, and for a sweet, I'll make you a tapioca pudding.
Oh, Grandad, and I thought you were my best friend.
Oh, listen, Jimmy, tapioca pudding is very good for you. Why, when I was a lad, my mother often used to make it.
No wonder you ran away to sea when you were 13. Oh, come on, Grandad, hurry up with the dinner. I keep getting funny noises in my tummy.
All right, the pie's in the oven. I'll just light the gas. Ah, there's no gas. Got a shilling, Jimmy.
Have I got a shilling? A poor lad like me? The last time I looked in my piggy bank, all I found was fluff.
I suppose you spent all your money buying that broken-down old bike.
Oh, it didn't cost much. I'm buying it from my pal Ozzy on the Never Never.
What do you mean?
Oh, 2 bob down and a tanner every time Ozzy sees me first. Mind you, it needs doing up a a bit. As soon as I get me pocket money, I'm taking it to the shop to get something put on it.
What are you having put on it?
Brakes. The policeman outside our school said they weren't good enough.
When did he tell you that?
Just after I ran into him on point duty.
Jimmy, you mean Susan's gone to office on a bike with no brakes? How's she going to stop?
Easy, do what I do. Drag her foot along the ground. Hey, was she wearing toeless shoes when she went out?
I don't know.
She will be when she comes back.
If she ever comes back. Out of my way till I get to that telephone. I'm going to ring office and warn Susan not to ride that bike back home. If she comes to any harm, your mother'll go mad. Ah, it's engaged.
How do you know?
Because of the noise. Beep, 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 beep.
If you could play that on the guitar, it could be in the top 10.
Never mind the jokes. Now, this is serious. I'll have to try later. Trust Alfie to be on the phone at a time like this.
Oh, yes, Vicar. Certainly, Vicar. Yeah, I'll wait for you to come round, Vicar. Yeah, thank you for ringing, Vicar. Goodbye, Vicar. Hey, I'm sorry, Susan. That was the Vicar.
I would never have guessed.
Yeah, he's bringing me some books to take to the hospital. He's fetching Little Women and Alice in Wonderland.
Well, they should go down well in a men's ward.
Oh, no, I'm taking them to the... Oh, are you joking? Yeah, anyway, thank you for bringing them magazines round from your mother's.
I think I deserve a medal. I came on Jimmy's old bike and found there were no brakes. The only way I could stop it was by dragging my foot along the ground.
Well, you want to tell him about that? You might have hurt yourself. I mean, riding a bike without brakes, it isn't easy to stop. You've got to use your head. Not to stop, to think, I mean. Come in.
Excuse me walking in, but can I use your phone? A woman's had an accident.
Why didn't your brakes work?
Brakes? She fell off a ladder next door.
Next door? Hey, you mean Miss Chadwick?
I don't know her name. There's nobody else in. I was just passing by. I think she's broken her leg.
Oh, X. Oh. Hey, look, the phone's over there. Look, you better ring for an ambulance. I said, dial 27. No, I mean 3 9s.
Not very much.
Oh, well, I'd better go out and see what I can do. Give me that rug, Alfie. It's cold outside.
Oh, why don't you wear your coat?
It's not for me, for Miss Chadwick. If she's out there on her own, I'd better go to the hospital with her.
You're right on. As soon as the vicar's been, I'll come down to the hospital myself. Hey, I better phone your Jimmy and tell him to come round for his bike as soon as that man's finished.
Oh, I want an ambulance, please. A lady...
Ready yet?
I'm doing my best. I've only one pair of hands.
Well, I hope you've washed them. Everything you cook tastes a thick twist.
It's a pity you don't have to go to school on Saturday. You could have had your dinner there.
You what? You should have seen what we had yesterday. Pea soup, boiled cod, and plum duff.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
What? Just before a singing lesson? After 4 helpings of plum duff, you can't breathe, never mind sing.
Well, why did you have to have 4 helpings?
Because I like it.
No wonder you couldn't sing. What did the music mistress say?
Who? Oblong Olive. It's on my nerves. All the time she kept saying, James, you're not singing properly. Open your mouth wider. Wider. Wider still.
What did you do?
I said if it's wide enough for a gobstopper, it should be wide enough for nymphs and shepherds. And then what do you think happened?
What?
She gave me the cane.
She was entitled to give you the cane.
Yes, but she didn't have to hit me on the same spot as the history master.
So he gave you the cane as well?
Yeah, just because I answered 2 questions wrong.
Well, what questions were they?
Well, for a start, who was the father of the Black Prince?
What did you say?
Oh, King Cole. Anyway, I still say I was right about the second one. He wrote down, name the legendary hero with the winged feet.
Legendary hero with the winged feet. Oh, yes, that's Mercury.
Get away. It's Matthews.
Oh, I don't envy him his job, teaching you history.
Well, it's daft. What can you make of a fellow who knows hundreds of dates and can't remember your name?
What do you mean?
Well, he calls everybody in the class Ben.
Ben?
Yeah, bend over.
Another of your jokes. I'm daft for listening to you. Here, go and answer the phone while I see how the pie's doing.
Right, Grandad. All right, all right.
Is that you, Jimmy?
No, it's Big Chief Rumbletummy. Hey, I've got a message for our Susan. Will you tell her I've got no dinner and the bike's got no brakes?
Yeah, well, we know all about that. I'm phoning you up to tell you to come round and collect your bike.
Why can't our Susan fetch it?
Well, because she's not here. She's on her way to the General Hospital.
Did you say General Hospital?
Yeah, there's been an accident. Hey, just a minute, Vicar. I'm on the phone, Vicar. Jimmy, the Vicar's at the door. I have to ring off.
But wait a minute. How can we get in touch with our Susan?
Yeah, well, I should try the casualty ward. Ta-da.
Wait a minute, Alfie. Alfie. He's hung up the twit. Oh, heck. When my mum finds out about this, I'll be in the next bed to our Susan.
Come on, Jimmy. Help me set this table or we'll never get any dinner.
Grandad, I don't want any.
What are you talking about?
Grandad, if I tell you something, you won't be cross, will you?
Cross? What about?
About what I'm going to tell you.
Look, what have you got to tell me?
Well, will you be cross?
I don't know whether I'll be cross or not till you tell me what it is.
I bet you will.
Say what you've got to say before I lose my temper.
Hey, are you cross and I haven't even told you yet?
Jimmy, I promise I won't be cross. Now, what is it?
Our Susan's had an accident on my bike with no brakes on, and you're not cross because you promised.
You what, of all that? How do you know?
Alfie Hall just phoned. They've taken her to the General Hospital.
Poor Susan. I knew this would happen with that old bike of yours. Come on, we'll have to find out what's wrong.
I can tell you that. No brakes, 4 broken spokes, and the valve rubber's perished.
I'm talking about Susan. Come on, we better go straight to the hospital.
But we've had no dinner.
Your dinner? What about poor Susan lying there in the hospital?
We'll leave hers in the oven.
Don't be stupid, Jimmy. Get your coat while I write a note for your mother. Now, I wonder which is the quickest way to the hospital.
I know that.
How?
Have a ride on my bike. Hey, Grandad, I've never ridden in a taxi before. It's smashing, isn't it?
Aye, very enjoyable.
It's a long way to the hospital, isn't it?
Aye, a very long way.
Grandad, why do you keep staring at it like that?
Staring at what?
That little meter that keeps going up threatens the time.
I'm just keeping my eye on the road.
Oh, are you looking for shortcuts?
Jimmy, I'm in no mood for jokes. Did you bring all those things for Susan?
Yeah, they're all here. Grapes, magazines, lemon squash, bed jacket, alarm clock.
What have you brought the alarm clock for?
Well, you know what our Susan's like for getting up in the morning.
There'll be a nurse to waken her up.
Well, who wakes the nurse up?
Nobody wakes the nurse up.
Well, I'll give her the alarm clock.
Jimmy, for the last time, cut out the comedy. This is a very worrying business. I don't know what your mother will think about it.
But my mother doesn't know anything about the accident.
I told Mrs. Peters over the road to ring her up at the hairdresser's.
Clitheroe, madame, please. Today, I give to you the special quarter.
All I want is a shampoo and set.
Oh, Mrs. Clitheroe, please. No. You are too conservative. The minute she comes in here, now, I give to her upsweep, with the curls piled high on top of the head, yeah? Oui? And masses of curls piled high on the head, yes? And what is the result?
Nobody will sit behind her in the pictures.
Oh, madame, please, you joke, yes. No. She, listen, please, to me. She is a different woman. Yeah. Yes, I make a new style. Now, please, madame, just for you. Tight curls in front, windswept sides, and loose provocative curl, a blonde streak. We come. Let us be daring. Let us be cheeky. Let us be abandoned.
I hope you're still talking about my hair.
Oh, mais oui, madame. Look, see, last time I style your hair, you look so glamorous.
Yeah, maybe you think so. I think you overdid it. I didn't like the way the milkman kept on looking at me. I'll just have a shampoo and set.
Oui, oui. Very well, the shampoo and set. I just put a pin here, another one there. Yeah, what is it, Millie? Oh, for Mrs. Clitheroe? Ah, well, bring the extension over here, please. Mrs. Clitheroe, telephone for you, madame.
Oh, thanks. Hello. Oh, it's you, Mrs. Peters? Yeah. What? Susan in hospital? Jimmy's back? Oh, the poor girl. They've gone down there? Yes. Yes, thank you very much. I'll go right away. Thanks, Mrs. Peters.
Well, here we are. Come on, Jim. There it is. That's the reception office over there.
Oh, Grandad, that taxi driver didn't half give you a dirty look. He was expecting a tip, wasn't he?
He was, but he didn't get one. 5 and 6 to come down here. Daylight robbery, that's what it is. Anyway, why should I give him a tip? He was only doing his job. I don't tip the coalman when he brings the coal.
No, but who wants to ride in a coal cart?
Oh, come on. Let's go and make some inquiries about our Susan.
Hey, Grandad, look who's over there. Alfie Hall.
Alfie? Where?
Over there, carrying those books and magazines. He'll know where Susan is. Alfie! Alfie Hall! Hey, cloth ears!
Oh, hello, Jimmy. Yeah, hello, Mr. Sinclair. Well, what have you come to the hospital for?
I should have thought that was obvious. We want to see our Susan.
Yes, you said on the phone she'd be in the casualty ward.
Oh, she was, but she just got into the operating theatre.
Why? Is there a Sean?
That'll do, Jimmy.
But anyway, I can't stand here gossiping. I'm in a hurry.
Gossiping? Listen, when she went into the theatre, how did she look?
Just the same as usual. Beautiful.
Well, did she say anything?
No, she just borrowed a fag off me and went in puffing away. Any road, I've got to go now. Ta-ra.
Grandad, did you hear that? She was smoking a cigarette.
Aye, that's bravery for you. It's the Scottish ancestry that does it.
But you're always telling her she shouldn't smoke.
Well, this is different. When it's a question of sickness, I don't object to smoking.
What? The only time I ever smoked, I was sick. And you tell me...
That was different altogether. Oh, look. There's the operating theatre. Over there, through that door. Oh, excuse me, nurse.
What are you doing? You can't come in here. I'll talk to you outside. Who are you, anyway?
He's me granddad.
Well, he can't come into the operating theatre.
We're inquiring about a patient, nurse. Mr. Alfred Hall told us she was brought in here from the casualty ward.
Oh, yes, Mr. Hall. He said he was acquainted with the lady.
Ah, yes. Well, you see, we're relatives of hers.
Oh, you are. Well, before she went under the anesthetic, she had quite a lot to say about her relations. If it hadn't been for you, this accident would never have happened.
Yes, we understand. But you see...
Letting her go up a ladder like that.
Ladder?
No wonder she had an accident. Fancy riding a bike up a ladder.
Bike? She said she fell off a ladder.
Poor lassie. Oh, she must have been delirious. What did you say about her relatives?
Well, she mentioned her brother in no uncertain terms.
Her brother?
Yes. She blames the whole thing on him. She says from now on she's finished with him.
Oh, I suppose that means she won't lend me any more elastic for me catapult.
Jimmy,
Yes, and she also mentioned a waster of a man who sat around the house waiting for her to fetch and carry for him, too lazy to lift a finger to help himself.
Grandad, she remembered you as well.
Well, now, if you don't mind, I'm busy.
But, nurse, could you not just tell us how she is?
Well, if you'll wait here, I'll go and speak to the doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
Oh, Dr. Jackson, about the patient from casualty ward.
Who, Miss Chadwick? Oh, she's gone back to casualty. I told them to put her in the side ward. Here are the papers.
Oh, thank you. Was that Miss Clitheroe with her?
Yes, but she's gone to look up an old work friend of hers in maternity.
Oh.
And that girl did a good job looking after the old lady.
By the way, I've got two of Miss Chadwick's relatives outside inquiring about her.
Well, it's all down there in the case papers. I'd like very much to have a word with them myself.
I took the liberty of telling them off. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, not in this case, nurse, no. Send them down to casualty. I'll give them my views of their conduct down there. Oh, and would you find that chap Hall for me? He should be able to tell me all about this useless family of Miss Chadwick's. He lives next door to them.
Very good, Doctor.
Well, nurse, have you any news for us?
Well, all I can tell you is she's in with a broken leg and severe shock. The doctors attended to her and sent her to casualty. You'll find her in the side ward, but she won't be conscious yet. Now, please, would you go? I'm busy.
You know, Jim, it's a very sad day for us. Very sad indeed. Jimmy, keep your thieving hands out of those grapes.
Well, I'm hungry. I've had no dinner.
Look, you wait here for me. I'm going to look for a phone to ring the hairdressers and find out when your mother left. Thought she would have been here by now.
This is it. Enquiries.
All right. There's no need to ring like that. What do you want?
I want to see my daughter. She's had an accident. Which ward is she in?
What's her name?
Susan, come on, please. Take me to her.
What's the surname?
Same as mine, of course.
She hasn't told me your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Susan Clitheroe.
One moment, please. I'll check the admissions. Mr. Stopford, Mr. Lead, Miss Chadwick. No, I've no record of a Miss Clitheroe.
But you must have. She came in here on a broken-down old bike.
I beg your pardon.
I mean, she had an accident on a bike.
I'm sorry, but there must be some mistake.
Now, look here. My daughter's been brought here this afternoon.
Madam, the only female admitted this afternoon was Miss Chadwick.
Well, that must be her. You've got the name wrong, that's all. It's Clitheroe.
Most unlikely. It definitely says
Never
here.
mind what it says. Where did this Miss Chadwick go?
Well, she was admitted to the casualty ward.
Good, at last I'm getting somewhere. Now, how do I get there?
Well, you go out of here, turn left at physiotherapy, straight past mass radiography, and right at rehabilitation.
Look, just right... No, draw it on a bit of paper for me. Go on.
Oh, all right. Wait a minute.
Oh, fine hospital this is. Girl comes in here, disappears. Nobody knows who she is, where she is. There's no proper record of a complaint.
All right, madam. There it is. Now, follow that line.
Good. I'm going, but I'll have something to say. Something to say about this in the right place, I will, of all the incompetence. Now, it looks like I go round here, past the operating theatre.
Hello, Mum.
And then...
You're here at last.
Jimmy Clitheroe, I've got something to say to you about that bike. This is a fine mess and no mistake.
Yes, but, Mum...
Don't but me. Have you any news of Susan?
Oh, she's in a side ward, in that casualty place.
Oh, good. Come on, we're going right there now.
Oh, what about Grandad? He's going to ring you up.
He can follow us down. Oh, poor father. I bet he got an awful fright.
He did. The taxi cost him 5 and 6pence.
I'm talking about Susan. Oh, I wonder if she's in much pain.
Oh, no, she isn't, Mum.
Oh, that's good.
No, she's unconscious.
My goodness, how did it happen?
Well, she said she fell off a ladder riding my bike.
Oh, don't talk nonsense.
She said it, not me. Grandad said she must have been delicious.
You mean delirious?
Oh, madam, I suppose you're another fond relative of Miss Chadwick.
I'm Mrs... Oh, all right, Miss Chadwick.
She's in this room here, but I'm afraid you can't go in yet.
Why not? She's my own flesh and blood.
Now you remember it.
Vic.
Anyway, the doctor's in there at the moment with Mr. Hall.
What?
I'll let you know when you can come in.
Mr. Hall?
Hey, Mum, she hasn't closed the door. Shall I have a peep?
No, of course not. But there's no harm in us listening.
I think she's still unconscious, Doctor.
Yes, but her pulse is all right. Now, Mr. Hall, about this family of hers, would you say they've driven her to it?
Driven it to what?
Well, look, old man, I mean, let's not beat about the bush. We both know what the trouble is. She's obviously a secret drinker.
Well, I've heard rumours, but I didn't like to say.
Well, perfectly obvious that she had one or two when the accident happened.
Jimmy, did you hear that? Saying that about our Susan?
Well, you must admit, Mum, the pubs were open when she left home.
Of course, Doctor, I've got a good idea when she gets all the booze. I mean, you've only got to look at her mother. It's written all over her face, who she did it right, real old soul.
That's you, Mum.
You wait till I get hold of him. I'll take my shoe off and leave my footprints all over his head.
Why does she live with these relatives, then?
Well, you see, she's too scared to leave. That they're all there sponging on her, and she daren't even tell them she's secretly married.
Susan? Married? It's disgraceful.
It is. I never even got a bit of wedding cake.
Sponging on her, eh? Well, tell me, what about the old fellow? Hasn't he got a job?
Job? He's never done a day's work in his life.
If Grandad was here, he'd do the Highland fling on Alfie's breadbasket.
Well, just leave it to me, Mr. Hall. I'll deal with them.
Right, old Doctor.
I'm going your way. I'll come with you.
Well, I hope I've been able to help you. Oh, hello, Mrs. Clitheroe. I didn't know you were here.
I'm sure you didn't. And also, come on. Driven her to drink, have I?
Hold your foot up, Mum. I'll take your shoe off.
What are you talking about?
Out of my way, I'll deal with you as soon as I've had a look at our Susan.
Oh, there you are, Mother. Grandad's told me about the mix-up. I'm perfectly all right.
Yes, Pat. Susan just came here to help Miss Chadwick.
Oh, Susan, love you, say. Oh, I've nearly been out of bed. And all because of this little...
Well, I think I'll just go for a walk for about a week.
Jimmy Clitheroe, every time anything happens, you make a mess of it. What is it about you that makes you get everything wrong?
I don't know, Mum. But whatever it is, it never fails.
Those involved with the Clitheroe kids this week were Peter Sinclair as grandfather, Patricia Burke as mother, Danny Ross as Alfie Hall, and Diana Day as Susan. Also appearing were Derek Guyler, Betty Alberge, Tony Melody, and Rosalie Williams. The recorded program was written by James Casey and Frank Roscoe, produced by James Casey, and starred Jimmy Clitheroe as the kid himself.
Hello. I thought I'd better come back to tell you everything's all right now. The woman who was in hospital sent our Susan £2. So Grandad got his taxi money back, Mum got a perm, and I got a dirty Luke. Alfie Hall said my bike was too dangerous for me to ride back home, so he said he'd ride it round. The hospital